back to last time we teach very quick. Okay, we use the begin with the end in mind. We use Michelangelo's sculpture as example. You know how he did such a good figure out of a big rock. Well, he already had the figure, what he tried to sculpture in his mind. So basically, he says the figure that already exists in the rock. It's mentally actually in his mind. That right? I just chisel those pieces that stop the figure from coming out. And this is really, really interesting. So in our whole life is the same thing. Okay, our whole life is the same thing. Once we have our mission, once we know where we're going to, once we have a clear picture of the destination, and we just start walking to it, and overcome the obstacle, and overcome the barrier one at a time. Eventually, we'll get there. It's just like any architect, any house, any architecture, any building. You got the blueprint first. You have the goal set up first. You have the end picture first. They work on it. Eventually, it come out. Beautiful, nice house. So the beautiful, nice house is not by accident. It's by well design and good document, good plan. I went to the India once. They built a big building, and the brand new beautiful building just finished. Then they start hiring the labor, start chiseling away the concrete in the corner. I said, "What did you do?" He said, "Oh, we forgot to put the pipe inside the building now. So we need to start chipping away the concrete and put the pipe in there." See, this is what happened. If you don't have a good end in mind, you don't have a good blueprint, you don't have a good plan, that's what happened. You do something, you make a mistake, you change. You change, you make a mistake, you change. And that's not the right way to approach. Okay. That's the worst thing you can do. Okay, so for everything you do, if you find a pattern, you keep making mistake, you keep changing, that means you didn't plan very well. You didn't think about it in detail. Okay, so this is what I'm trying to make sure you understand. Whenever you see, you keep changing, you're making mistake, you're changing and making mistake. And that means you didn't have a good blueprint for what you want to do. You didn't write down every detail. You didn't give it enough thought about all the detail. The lack of thoroughness, always biggest problem for any project. Okay, lack of thoroughness. Like they build a highway, it's not flat enough, and they have to do something else. All this kind of problem happen. Then we talk about all things are created twice. First mentally, then physically. So the key to creativity is to begin with the end in mind, with the vision and the blueprint. And we talk about vision is the mental picture of the future given by God. And this example I had it. So to begin with the end in mind means that you start with a clear understanding of your destination. We use an iPhone as an example, and that's $1 trillion economy generated by the iPhone, and $1 trillion economy lost by the iPhone. The old one's gone, the new one gone. What's the dream job for you in the future? I help you to understand the realistic environment. Okay, reality there. You cannot say I have a job but without making money. You cannot do that. Everybody has survived. This is a capitalistic world, and the money is a value system. Earthly value system to measure. Okay, how much you can contribute. So we have to understand this realistic environment. So for you have a job, you better know what you're gonna make, how much you're gonna make, can you survive easily or not? Then we talk about the vision with a realistic variable. Okay, so what are the important things you need to think about? Your talent, your passion, your money, working environment, personality, your future spouse. potential to become a leader, evolution of technology, social structure change, dynamic of business model. It's very complicated, this work, okay, very complex, constantly changing. So it's important you increase your knowledge, increase your common sense, and read like a newspaper, Google search the news, and keep yourself updated. Okay, there's so much YouTube news, and you can keep yourself updated all the time. I'll talk about definition of successful life. We're going to come back to touch it again. This is very important. This successful life is a guideline for what you have to do. Okay, it's not what they like to do or not. You have to do this because this is defined by Bible. Take me many years to come up with this statement. Okay, definition of successful life. Everybody wants to live a successful life. But I think you probably never seen anybody define a successful life totally based on the Bible teaching. Okay. Personally, I never run into one. So everybody has their own definition of what is successful. And I don't think God liked that. God wanted his principle, his guideline to be the definition of successful life for all of his people. The good plan leads to good result, bad plan leads to bad result. No plan leads to no result at all. So start with the big picture, then get in lower level, then go in detail. So always, okay, always. This is called the hierarchy level. Hierarchy. The top level system, you can see what the big picture American, they want to go to the, say, New York State. Then you focus on New York State as the second level coming up. What the New York State look like. Then you want to go to New York City, then you pop up the New York City. So in the old time, we don't have the Google map. You almost have to have this hierarchy in your mind if you want to go anywhere. Then get a road map from the whole America. Then you go to the map for the New York State. Then you get a map from the New York. So we always have a lot of map in our car. Whenever we travel, just one sheet after another. They supply very good map at that time. So I had a homework. Before I share all the homework I have received with you, and I want to say one thing, just summarize. Basically, we have a successful life, okay, as a big picture. Then you have a professional career, your family, your community as next level. So what kind of professional job you want to get? What kind of career do you have envisioned? Do you envision? What kind of family life is the ideal family life for you? What kind of community is the ideal community you would like to live in? The next level down, we got it at the college education. You have a spiritual maturity, get prepared for the professional life, family, and community. Then before college, of course, all the high school, all the elementary school, learning capability. So in the high school, the most important thing is you build the capability to learn. You build the skill to learn skillfully, to learn efficiently, okay, to learn effectively. Because in the future, after you are 18 years old, graduate from high school, you have so much to learn. So the most important thing in the high school, the grade actually doesn't mean you know a lot. The grade definitely means most of the time, you know how to learn and you know how to grasp all the knowledge and how the teacher teach you. You can grab the important part of it. And also you can digest it. Okay, you can digest yourself. I tell you one important guideline for you. You should always ask yourself, did you really learn what the teacher have taught you in the class? Again, let me say this question. Have you really learned what the teacher have taught you in the class? How do you know? Very simple. You pretend you're a teacher and you teach yourself what was taught in the class. If you can explain everything clearly to yourself, you learn it. But if you cannot explain to yourself or to any of your friends, you really didn't understand what's going on at all. So that's one way to prove you really learn, you really understand what all the material teacher have taught you. Okay, this is very important. Keep this in mind. If you can teach other people, explain everything in detail, you know this stuff. But if you cannot teach people, you sort of know, sort of lose it, and then you didn't really know. So like sometimes when I interview the people in the job, I just give them a topic, tell them, explain to me. The people who really know, they can explain every detail. The people who doesn't know get stuck. Okay, start like a mumbling around, doesn't really know what he's talking about. Of course, that's not the person I like to hire. So it's very important for you to do everything in a very thorough, very solid manner. And you can explain to yourself. So in the study, it's not for the good grade. The study is for you really understand what's going on. So you can get a good grade without really understanding what's going on. But if you really understand what's going on, most of the time you get good grade. Okay. But actually you get good grade in a more efficient, more effective way. Okay. Then of course in the high school you had to build your character, people relationship, self motivation, and the discipline. Okay. As teacher. Now let me go through some of the homework. I think it's really fun to review the people. Actually, this is all the homework I received, so I want to go through with you pretty quick. What do you want to achieve in the coming school years? Learn about overcome my fear. This is so interesting, so good. You want to overcome the fear, and then how you want to do: be proactive, have a good personality, and be kind. That's just awesome. Okay, I think whoever did this have a good reflection on himself. And of course, this is very important. If you know your weakness, you want to overcome, you do it. Okay. They will engage in conversation at the same table next to me. I can introduce myself to someone in the school, and I can always be kind to people. It's awesome is because he or she combined it, being proactive with with the end in mind. It's really good. My vision for coming school year to graduate from college. This is awesome because we have a college student actually join us. He's going to graduate from college, and he wants to do this great capstone project. That's awesome. I study material for my class, get a good grade if possible, understand, apply the concept I learned. Find the research, fix my problem I can see in the capstone project, and start studying for any exam as soon as I can find. Anyway, this is awesome. And you can see at the end of the year for the college, the next step is either graduate school or it's a job or profession. So there's a lot of what do you call it? A lot of challenge in front of all the college students after they graduate. So this is the time they really see how much they have learned, how much have they prepared for themselves during the college, and even before the college, high school. And this is why our youth camp on Zoom. We want to prepare yourself for the future. You don't want to get into the professional field and say, wow, I didn't get myself prepared. I didn't get myself equipped for all this. I'm not familiar with all the terminology. I'm not familiar with all the principle, everything I need to learn. Okay. So this is what youth camp is all for. So I encourage all of you, I help to promote this program and encourage your friend to watch this.
All the rhyming stuff. Fabulous
Oh,
one
YouTube.
has her luscious
This
bob.
camera.
Summer this is.
Bro, I
Somebody
heard
is
luscious
talking.
bob, and if I
Somebody
say
talking.
keywords,
Could you please mute?
uh,
Okay, yeah, thank you. Please mute.
what? I love which
Please
is
mute. Thank you.
Yeah. 可以了吗？
Okay, thank you. And I encourage all of you, review this with your parents, and you can talk about it. Okay, then this one is also very good. I want to achieve excellent grade, better relationship with people, and deeper understanding my faith. This is the one of the best, some of those probably, I think 3 of the most important. You should have a good grade. At the school, American school actually is very good. Okay, American education is very good. They are very up to date, and they catch up with what's going on in this world now. Okay, the technology, everything. So if you have a good grade, it's a very good sign. I always encourage people, set up a goal for straight A. And better relationship with people, that's awesome. Okay. People, you will always work with people. You never work by yourself.
哎呦，看戏了。
See this the team. Okay? And the deeper understanding your faith, because you always walk with God all the time. The faith is the anchor of our soul. Okay. Faith is the anchor of our soul. So the life can go up and down, a lot of the challenge, just like a sail on the ocean. But however, if you have anchor for your boat, for your ships, you can hold on to it and you never get washed away. It's very important. A lot of people get washed away in the challenge of all the dynamic times, all kind of family problem, job problem. They get washed away because they don't have faith. They don't have faith. And the boat, the ship just gets shattered. Okay. And some people lose their life on it. The top 3 things I will have to achieve together is organizing my mind, my spirit, letting God take control. Obviously, whoever did this is extremely spiritually mature. My plan is read a bit of the Bible every day to gain wisdom, because the only one that can help me and then apply to my life. It's the soul truth, okay? Actually, it takes me like 30, 40 years to understand all this. I'm amazed. This young gentleman actually figured it out already. Apparently, this is one of the few had chosen by God. So read Bible, because Bible verses is the beacon of our life. They shine it. Okay, say, hey, which direction you need to go. So that every situation, every challenge in life can always be explained and always be guided by the teaching in the Bible. Always. There's always have a verse in the Bible can help you go through all kind of problems. And come here, I want to finish my work on time. This is very good and a simple goal and very fundamental, very important, okay, very basic requirement. Got to finish the work on time. And you have the next time, we're going to talk about habit, okay, about priority. Let's first be the first. So you have to understand your priority. I think this is very good, okay. In order to do that, I use my time efficiently, stay focused. Focus is another thing we're going to talk about next time. And self-discipline. And
都没有把它结好。
please mute. Okay, please everybody mute. So to stay focused, I will put on earplugs so I won't get distracted. Put my sibling watch TV. This is so nice. Okay, to be self-disciplined, stick to my plan when others are having fun. This is awesome. This is awesome. You know, a youth can be so down to the earth and to learn how to put yourself in the good discipline. No matter do what, you need the discipline. And this is one way to do it. Very good. Sweat out every detail. Oh, this one is another one. It's very practical and very, what they call it, very down to the earth. I want to make Chamber pocket shot because he thinks this is important for him or for her. So you're going to practice a lot, be patient.
试一下，粘贴到那个
Hey, please mute. Please, everybody, please mute.
把这个笔弄到笔记里面。
Hold on, I think I need to try to do somebody. Yeah, because Please, everybody, please mute. Okay, and please don't talk during the class. Then she said she knew practice a lot. He or she practice a lot. Be more patient. Learn new things about cello. Awesome cello. Actually, end of this year, this month, August 28th, 26th, we're gonna have a very, very good speaker. He was like a senior VP of AT&T. Okay, do the research and development. And he also was a cello player. And his cello instructor at college, or actually in the orchestra, is the same instructor for Yo-Yo Ma. Okay, so that's very, very good speaker. So the August 26th, we'll let you know. Then practice as much as they can. It's very good. Okay, and let's talk about next one. Oh, this is another very good one. Learn a new language. You want to learn a new foreign language and what it's going to do? Okay, at least 15 minutes a day, 5 days a week. This is awesome because new language is very, very important. More language is better, especially for some of you, if you have a talent in learning a new language, you should follow your passion and to do it because that's a unique talent God gives to you. I know this gentleman, he learned 10 different foreign language. So eventually it's going to help your career. Oh, this is another one very down to the earth, to be kinder. They want to be a kind person. Now, how is he going to do it? So if they ask me for a pencil, it's very detailed. I like it. I'll give them one. If I see someone and their outfit is really stylish, I'll tell them that I love their outfit. And this is very good statement here. Always compliment the people. If you want to be a good leader, if you want to influence the people, one of the most important things, sincerely compliment people. Sincerely compliment people. Say good things about people, and they will love you. Once they love you, they respect you, you can be a leader. You can help them succeed, okay? So kind is very important because basically in the Bible, definition of love is be always kind, be always patient. So kind is very important character everybody has to have. We always treat people kindly. We always use patience to deal with every challenge. Okay. Patient and kind is the definition of love by Bible. Let me say it one more time. Patient and kind is the definition of love by God. You can say, I love you, but you lose your voice, you're not patient, you don't love them. Okay. You can say, I love you, but you scream like crazy, you don't love them. Love is always patient and kind. So you can definitely discuss this with your parents. The definition of love is always patient, always kind. It's very hard to do. And that's why God is always patient, is always kind. Jesus is always patient, always kind. If God is not patient, God is not kind, we're all already in trouble now. Because we're all sinners, we all do a lot of things God doesn't like. But however, because God is patient, God is kind. God is glory, God is love. Okay. So it's very important. Into algebra, this is another very down to the earth one. So I want to get the algebra good. This is very important. Algebra is a very important math class. Okay, it's very important math capability because I would say it's a fundamental for all the math. Okay, so algebra is very important. So again, like you say, if you really understand algebra, you can explain to people what is algebra is all about. Starting with 1 point, the second level, the third level, so you can just explain it. Okay, so make sure you put a lot of effort in the fundamental things about algebra. I love algebra. I want to get grade all A. This is what I'm saying. All A, achieve principles list. I love all the students like to work hard to get A because If you can get straight A, you mean you set up your goal and you want to be excellent, you almost have to work hard. You almost have to be efficient, effective. You almost have to have a discipline. So I always think straight A is a very good sign of a successful person in the future. Not only, of course, not the only criteria, but it's one of the important criteria. It show your personality, okay, show your discipline, show your passion. All this is good. Straight A is a good sign. So you should always go back and talk to your parents and say, hey, Dad, Mom, I wanted to be a straight A student. So if I get straight A in this semester, what kind of reward, what kind of prize I get? Okay, you can ask for a reward. It's not for money, okay, but it's just for fun, for encouragement. I like to see all the students get straight A, okay? You have to keep working, study, and keep thinking about how to learn more skillfully, more efficiently, more effectively. I already told you before that last time. You always preview the school material and listen to the teacher teaching very carefully because you understand after you preview it, so it's easy to understand what teacher is teaching. Then you ask questions immediately whenever you understand what teacher is teaching. That shows you have a confidence. Only the confident student can ask the question in the class, okay? Because you ask question, then teacher pay attention to you. So, wow, this student really like to learn something. The student don't care, don't ask questions. And also student don't ask questions, they don't understand what's going on in the class. Only the student will understand what's going on in the class, ask question, and he care, ask question. A teacher love all this kind of student. Teacher love the student ask question because that show the student interest in the material, interest in the object, and have a strong desire to learn. And that's why it's very important, okay? Get preview, listen to the teacher during the classroom, ask questions. Then right after the classroom, whenever you get time, you get break time, immediately work on homework. And you will find out you can have probably at least 2 times more free time because of this. You basically say you're 2-3 times more efficient than you used to do. And you have more time to do something else, to learn language, to play violin, to play cello, play basketball, play ping pong. And you have more time to read material, all kind of things. So this is very important of you. Preview, listening to the teacher ask questions, and do homework immediately, okay? Oh, this is another very good. I want to learn the computer language. And this is a computer word, so everybody had to learn computer language, all kind of language. So I don't think it's a choice. You don't learn computer language now. You don't understand the computer technology. It's impossible for you to survive in the future. So you have to do it, okay? Any kind of computer language, who's basic, who's fundamental, for you to be able to skillful in your professional career, you have to learn, okay? You have to understand computer because this is the high-tech world. There's no way you can survive without a good computer background. This is another good one. Be a leader. Oh, I like that because our youth camp, this one is to be a leader, okay? And do all homework. That's very fundamental. Study well and be responsible about work. Balance school and social life is, again, very good. Balance school and social life, talk to people around me and socialize more. Do well in school. Basketball, wow, this is, that's what I call an overachiever, okay? You want to do well in school, include basketball, volleyball skill, be involved in mature life group, okay? And school, adapt to community college. Well, it's already get ready to adapt to community college. Study diligently, that's important. Take notes on important concept, get the class, get A in class. Oh, this is a very good thing I forgot to mention. Take notes, okay? Take notes in the class, take notes. Whatever teacher teach and you think is important part, take notes, okay? Because once you have a good notes, it's easy to help you to study even further. Hobby, you need a good hobby because life is not all about academic study, okay? It's about health, about the body, about mentally, everything. So that's why in the Bible say body, mind, and the spirit are all prosper. So this is human being. You cannot just focus on one thing. You have to focus on all three things, okay? So let's continue today's important thing. Today's important topic actually is the mission. Mission, of course, tie very closely to the begin with end in mind. You have a mission. Oh, at this moment, I think I'd like to ask, is the teacher Sheena here now?
Yes, I am. Hello, hi, Ming.
Okay. Do you have some comment at this moment?
I think you mentioned that during the last comment about having a well-rounded, healthy habits. So it's not just about academics, but
Right.
it's a whole life perspective. I think this is important to keep in mind. For students, it's easy to focus on academics, but it's more important to look at our own life as a whole. There are many aspects to it more than just academics. I just want to emphasize that point. Yeah.
Thank you. It's very important. Okay, so all the students, you can talk to your parents, say, teachers say we need to be well-rounded person to be successful leader in the future. So not only academic excellence, okay, not only academic excellence. So you can discuss with your mom, say, how can be your mom, your dad, how can be a more well-rounded person? Now you had to basketball. Many times you interview for a job. You know what's fun? What's funny? They talk about basketball, they talk about football. So if you can pop up with all the knowledge about basketball, football, everything, well, they get connected with you immediately. Then you get hired. It's not because others didn't hire you, because you're a very well-rounded person. You're not just a straight A student and don't know nothing about this world. Okay, it's very important. Keep in mind, very important. You love sports, you have a good common sense about this world, and you have a good understanding about business environment, and keep reading, keep studying. Okay, this is very important. So what is the mission? The mission is the responsibility and duty people or organization are trying to accomplish for divine assignment or noble goal. Divine, of course, from God. A noble goal, actually understand. So this is very important. Divine assignment, noble goal. You never heard any mission statement. You say, okay, I'm going to rob a 7-Eleven once a week. No, I never say I'm going to accumulate a lot of money, because it's not noble. It's not divine. And this is human nature, because we all have a conscience there. And God put his glorious image in our conscience. So our conscience are exactly the same as God, because image is exactly the same thing. So our conscience is divine and noble. That's why you go anywhere, you will find the mission statements, always noble, always divine, always good, according to our conscience standard. Okay. Example, Apple's mission statement, bring the best user experience, customer, through innovative hardware, software, and service. This is Apple's mission statement. Now you can see why Apple bring out the product, always easy to use, and always a new experience, always a technology breakthrough, because they say innovative. They know innovative. I believe this from Steve Jobs. A user experience very important, and innovative is very important. And then Amazon's mission is very interesting. And this Jeff Bezos, I want to be the Earth's most customer-centric company. So everything they do, they want to make sure they look at the application, they look at technology, they look at the service from customer point of view. How customer want it, how customers think about it, how customer like to do it. So I do it in the customer-centric approach, okay? The Earth's best employee. So everybody work for Amazon, you feel proud about themselves. I'm not sure it's happening now, but at least that's their mission, okay? The Earth's best employee and the Earth's safest place to work. They hire like a few 100,000 employees. So if they have a safety problem, this company is not going to survive. So this Amazon's mission statement, okay, it's really interesting. So for a mission statement, so you want to have your duty, your responsibility, trying to accomplish something. So you have to talk about who's doing this mission. What am I going to approach? Where I'm going to do it? When? Why? And how? So these are part of the mission statement. Okay. All the W and one H, basically 5W and one H. This is what we often use. So for a mission statement, you have to think about everything. Okay. Of course, mission statement, not just one statement. Okay, you can have a 5, 10, 20, or 30. Whatever you want to accomplish, whatever you think you have a desire to do it, you sincerely want to accomplish, and that's good. Make you a better person, make you a successful person. So that's what mission statement. Again, let's come back to the guideline for the mission statement. So this is the definition of successful life. So through your whole life, you need to utilize a talent given by God. Okay, this is in the Bible. God designed us out of his likeness. His likeness actually is his capability. But God gives his capability to all of you, but not all his capability to all of us. There's some capability to use other different kind of capability to me, and that become our talent. Like you're a musician, I'm an engineer, somebody's a lawyer, and somebody is a basketball player. How different? Because they have a different talent. And God's good at all of us. God didn't give all of us all his talent, all his capability. Okay. It's just some of it. So that's why God designed us out of his likeness. But however, God does design everybody out of his glorious image. That's our conscience. So we all know what is good, what is bad, what is God's like, what is not God's like. Okay, that's God's image. That's why we have to utilize talent. And because God created all the resource, so we have to utilize all the resource God has supplied to us. Because we all have a plan, okay? God gives us every plan on earth. So we all need to fulfill God's plan on earth. Again, it manifests God's glory. Remember, this is our conscience. And this is our guideline. We have to show God's glory. It's very important. If we have a conscience, we show God's glory by doing goodness. We're going to help the people. And that's what the leader is about. We're going to help more people succeed. More people live successful life. I want to make this world a better place. God's kingdom. We want everybody under God's rule. How do we do it? Through salvation of Christ. So this is basically sum up all important things from the Bible, from Genesis all the way to Revelation. If you want to be successful, basically, we need to live a godly life. Okay, we need to live a God-centered life. We need to live in a godly life. And through Christ's salvation. Through Christ's salvation. Talent, resource, God's plan, God's glory, and better place in this world, and Jesus' salvation. Okay, so this is a very important guideline. You cannot meet this guideline with your personal mission statement. Okay, all this part of it. And this pretty much covered the whole Bible teaching also. So we can see the person walk in the desert. I'm lost. Okay, it says, oh, I'm lost. And it's getting dark. What I'm going to do? You get lost, you're scared, you're confused, you're frustrated, you're hopeless. What do? And you don't have direction, and you don't get out of desert creek, you're going to run out of water, you probably die in the desert. But guess what? If you know how to tell the North Star, and you get a direction, and you're confident you're going to walk out the desert and go to the safe place where there's water. So everybody know the Big Dipper, Okay, and 7 times you see the North Star. It's always north. So once you know the North Star, you know the direction, guess what happened? You're confident, you're hopeful, you have a sense of direction. Actually, you can enjoy the journey now. So our life is the same thing. You're going to run a lot of challenge, sometimes with failure. Okay, sometimes all the challenge, sometimes it's just the people trying to give hard time, and sometimes just a Satan trying to destroy you, so you don't fulfill God's plan on earth, and you don't live for God's glory. You're going to run into a lot of this kind of problem. But if you have the North Star, you have an anchor of your life, you're not scared. And you have a confidence, you have a hope. You can always be strong. Okay, you can always move on. Okay, I'll tell you one example, like one engineer in our company. He just joined us, he's a senior engineer, but he didn't get along with the people. And his manager, he wanted to quit, so I started talking to him once a week. For 2 months later, he accepted Jesus. I started reading the Bible. I asked him, say, okay, why do you do that? He said, I finally found out something's absolutely right. I can base on. So I don't get confused anymore now. Suddenly he have a confidence, he has a hope, he has a sense of direction. Then he enjoyed the journey a lot more. Because life needs a direction. Life needs a North Star. You're going to run into so much argument, challenge, But if you know what if you know where's your North Star, if you know God's there, if you know Jesus' teaching is always right, always true, they never disappoint you, you have a lot of confidence. You don't have to be impatient. You don't have to raise your voice because you're confident about yourself. Okay? So this is very important. So what is value? Value is what you think is important, precious, and valuable in your life. Okay, this is value. What do you think is important? What is precious? What's the principle? The principle is fundamental rule, law, or guideline for your daily behavior to follow or based on. Value or principle had to be never changing. Okay, it cannot be changing all the time. So if I have a value, I like this today, I like that tomorrow, and your life will be confusion. You'll be lost in no time. So value and principle had to be never changing. Okay, so God-centered value system and principle taught in Bible should be our foundation. So why do I say this? Because remember, if you don't have a North Star in your life, you're going to get into trouble. You're going to confuse. And if the mission statement is not based on good value and good principle, it's just temporary. You're not going to last forever. You're going to change all the time. You're going to get lost. And in the future, it will get so disappointed, frustrated, and you become a loser. You cannot be a leader. You cannot be a successful person. You cannot live a successful life. And you will feel sorry in the future in a big way. Okay. I've seen so many people just completely lost in their life. Yeah, which is very sad. But fortunately, all of you are here. All are your children by God. So I'm pretty happy for all of you. You can have a good value system, good principle system, and you can write down your mission statement based on your value system and principle. Okay. Why the value system based on the truth and the principle based on truth, based on Bible, based on God is so important? That's exactly what Jesus said that. Everyone who hear these words of mine and acts on them, basic application of Jesus' teaching to your life, like a wise man built his house on a rock. The rock is solid. You have a very good foundation. Your house is always standing there. You can enjoy your view. You can enjoy your life. You can enjoy a lot of stuff if your house don't collapse. But if you build on sand, what happened? The water coming in, the sand starts shifting, the house starts collapsing. The house is your life. You can have a life broken apart because you don't build your house on the rock. You don't build your house on the teaching by the Bible, You don't build your house with faith in Jesus, in God, as never changing, always true, always, so you can be confident and hopeful. That's the important part. Okay, so please keep in mind these two pictures. You build a house on the rock, or you build a house on the sand. So make sure you always work with your parents. Say, am I building my house on the rock now, or am I building my house on the sand? So basically, godly teaching, godly instruction, godly principle, godly value system, spiritual value system is rock from Bible, from Jesus, from God. All the earthly people on the earth telling you, oh, this, you need to chase this. You need to chase video game. You need to chase the streaming. You chase the Hollywood movie. You need to chase all this fame, all the money. That's earthly. That's from Satan. Okay, from the Bible, very simple. It's from Satan. That's sin. Why? Because they want to mess up your life. They don't want to see you succeed. Okay. Anything earthly from Satan is you're building the house on the sand. Today look good, tomorrow is gone. But anything from God, Bible, and from your parent teaching based on the Bible, it's on the rock. You could stay there forever. I mean, forever. Okay, not only on earth, but stay forever. Okay, so this is very important. So at this point, I'd like Sheena, teacher Sheena, yeah, give us some comment, please.
Yes, yeah. So this is the second time Ming gave the definition of success from the Bible, and I would encourage everybody to really think deeply about that definition because it would impact how you lead your life. It's very important that you know what your talents are, your strengths. So try as many things as you can to find out what your strengths are. Don't hold yourself back. Don't just do what your parents or your teachers or your friends tell you, but try as many things as you want to explore what life has to offer, and you'll be able to find out what your talents and strengths are. So that's the first point. And the second point also goes back to the definition of success that Ming shared, is that it is God-centered. So God has given us many talents and strengths, but it's not for us to say, oh, look at me, how good I am, but it's actually to give the glory to God. So always remember that this is a God-centered life. It's not a self-centered life. So that's the second point. And the third point is that you just need to make sure you know what your North Star is. On this journey in life, you may have many bumps, setbacks. You may fail, you may feel discouraged or disappointed, but so long as you know you are directionally accurate, that you are moving towards that direction, even if you have some small setbacks or missteps along the way, that is fine. Don't be so frustrated that you cannot get back up again. It's important that you have that strength and resilience to get back up and continue to move forward towards that direction. So find out your North Star. And for us, it's very clear our North Star is God. So continue to move towards that direction. It's okay if you fail, if you have some bruises, some bumps along the way, but just keep moving. So those are the 3 points I would like to emphasize. Thank you.
Praise the Lord. Thank you, teacher Sheena. You're a very 3 important point. Okay. If you have a North Star, you know you'll get there sooner or later. If you don't know, if you don't have a North Star, you know you're gonna die in the desert. Period. Okay, it's impossible. Okay, it's impossible to go anywhere. So that's why the begin with the end in mind. You gotta have a North Star. That's why, you know, both our teacher Elaine, teacher Sheena, and myself had all the experience. Okay, you gotta have a North Star, then you have a confidence. You're never going to lose it. So this is some mission statement. I want to give you an example because this is related to the homework. Okay, see, there's in some mission statement, you can have a lot of different kind of mission statement. I inspire those around me to achieve great things. This can be your mission statement. I constantly look for opportunity to learn more about my field. Okay. Treat everyone I meet with respect and compassion. Basically, you also can find out all this mission statement is tied to the Bible's teaching. Okay, you're talking about love, you're talking about kind, you're talking about patience, You're talking about be friendly with people. Basically, this is all Bible teaching. Okay? Focus on my energy, helping as many people as possible. This do goodness, Dara. People, Bible tell you do goodness. Create new opportunity for today's youth. Again, this do goodness. Use my skill as a speaker to motivate people around the world to succeed. This is pretty much like me and the teacher Sheena and teacher Len are doing. Okay, I think I tell you this is one of the most enjoyable things we can do after many years of professional life. It's really interesting. I really encourage you move on this direction. Is that as a leader, you like to help the people. You have to motivate the people. Be kind to everyone, me and to myself. Help as many people as possible throughout my life. See, this basically just very fundamental practice of Jesus' teaching, right? And love people, love neighbor like you love yourself. Be kind, be patient, and do goodness. Help the needy. This all Jesus' teaching. Improve the life of everyone I meet. Equip other people with the tool and the resource for them to live their best lives. Okay, this is some of example. I would be supportive of other people's goal and help them to achieve them. And to put other people's needs before my own. This is not selfish. Again, this is a Bible teaching. Use my skill to have a positive impact on people's lives. Use my talent to help small business reach their goal. This is more business oriented. Encourage, inspire company to take action to protect the environment. It's a very big picture there, like a peace on earth statement. Work to improve opportunity in my field for those who come after me. Travel the world and inspire hope in others. Always seek advice from others when I need. This all kind of personal mission statement you can do, but they all have a good value system and a good principle. Am I right? But the goodness is their principle, not self-centered, not selfish is their principle. Helping the other, be kind to the people. So this proves that all the mission statements have their divine nature and have their goal. Okay, basically it's have a good principle from Bible teaching. Okay, and there's also have a noble goal there. So here, the homework assignment. What do you value? Think about what's important for you. Okay, as a student, what do you value now? And if you're mature, you say, hey, what do you value? Oh, I do value think this whole world had to be in peace. I want this whole world have a good climate. This is what you value. Okay, which is good. Anything, okay. I value the people's relationship. I value my own talent to be utilized. I value the people who all know God. What is your value? What do you value most important? Okay. Then what is the principle you need to hold on to? What is the principle? Oh, I want to be kind. And I want to be like Jesus to love people. Oh, I want to be a patient person. I want to stick to whatever the Bible teach me. I want the peace on earth. Okay. I want a spiritual maturity. What is your principle? Okay. Then write down your personal mission statement. Because all the personal mission statements should be based on value and based on principle. Okay, based on value and based on principle. And this value and this principle, like we say, is our North Star and never changing. So I have a confidence to hold on to it. And eventually I will reach the right direction and reach my goal and live a successful life. And when I go to see Jesus, when I go to see God, I don't feel shame at all. I'm proud of myself because everything God had given to me, I fully utilized. And all the glorious image, I presented. All the goodness Jesus wanted us to do, I did it. And then Jesus will say, oh, you're a faithful servant. Remember? In the Bible, you're a faithful servant. You're diligent and faithful servant. Come on, join me and dine with me. Okay. So this is what our successful life is all about. So your homework, write down your personal mission statement and write down a few bullet about your value and your principle. Okay?